Hey guys, how you been? Today I want to introduce another upcoming MMORPG from Neocraft, the team behind Tales of Wind and Guardians of Cloudia. This time it's not all cheerful and cute, as the world, or shall I say worlds, in Chronicle of Infinity is gloomier and filled with despair. It's a grim and dangerous world that we're invited to visit, but quite a good-looking one, and there's always a glimpse of hope. This game is launching globally for Android and iOS in just a few days, so check the link in the video description for the download links. While you're at it, you may find a link to our website where we post all the Chronicle of Infinity gift codes that the developers release. You know, those codes that give you cool freebies to boost your progress? We all love those, right? So as I've said, Chronicles Infinity isn't set in the friendliest of universes. It's a story about a clash of worlds, of players evolving from normal beings into fully armored guardians ready to explore 12 galaxies and take on alien creatures of impressive shapes and sizes. In practice, we have this setting that feels like a neat blend of sci-fi and fantasy tropes, enough to set it apart from most games of the ilk. You still get wings though, because wings seem to be all the rage with MMO heroes. There's no escaping that, no matter where in the universe you go. You start by picking a class from the three available. There's the Dragoon, the powerful warrior with massive strength. The Phantom, a more agile and assassin-like class. The Arcania, the mage of the trio, and the only female character so far. I chose the Arcania because it's the class most suited to range damage and area control, and until now I have no regrets. Then it's time for a little bit of a virtual makeover, mostly known as character customization. You have a decent range of facial features that allow you to create a unique avatar, fiddle around with hairstyles, eyes, lips, makeup, and tattoos, and you're bound to get a nice-looking hero or an abominable creature that instills fear into the hearts of their enemies by sight alone. I wish there was some sort of body customization as well, especially considering that Chronicle of Infinity is a looker. But in the end, you're going to be wearing a full suit of armor, or close enough, so it's not like you're going to fight in your undies or something. It makes sense, and it's great for a change to see the female character actually protecting her valuable assets instead of flaunting them in the face of danger. Chronicle of Infinity is a game that's extremely accomplished in terms of graphics. Instead of a free third-person camera, it uses a fixed and slightly top-down perspective like you normally see in hack-and-slash games. This makes the graphics shine on the screen of portable phones, although it also looks good if you're playing on PC using an Android emulator. The various locations that you visit will change, from the most technological and futuristic areas to others that have a more grounded nature look to them. Chronicle of Infinity does start in traditional fashion, as you move from NPC to NPC, completing quests and unraveling the story. I'm not one to pay great attention to storylines in MMOs, so don't ask me all the details, as I like to move fast through the lower levels, but there's a lot of dialogue, some of it voiced, in case you like to sit through and enjoy the tale. Truth be told, most of you must be like me and prefer to hit that skip button whenever it shows up. It's just how it is, right guys? As you follow the main campaign, Chronicle of Infinity opens more and more modes and events. Enhancing gear and skills is a task that requires attacking different types of bosses, often with the help of the Blitz option after having successfully defeated one for the first time. There's auto combat for most of the challenges, but not all of them. For example, there's no way you can activate it during the Promotion Trial or the Nightmare Ruins cooperative mode that unlocks at level 50. Furthermore, auto combat in every single game is overrated because it's utterly useless for anyone but the most casual of players. Doesn't show any signs of intelligence and skill use, doesn't dodge attacks, and there's not a hint of clever timing to be seen. This is a feature that's available to use in events that don't pose a real challenge, AFK farming and not so much else. Using it in PvP is as good as sitting there watching your character die, and ultimately this is where the most dedicated players will get the best rewards and separate themselves from the casual crowd. Anyway, sorry for the rant. While I'm not a big fan of auto combat, I understand that it's useful while you're doing other stuff in your computer, work-related or not. Before I dive into some of the more familiar events in Chronicle of Infinity, I would like to express my surprise and delight for one of the casual modes in here. Mia, the kawaii headphones-wearing girl, and her nearsighted cat invite you to play a match 3 game, something that I wasn't expecting. That's a charming relief from all the boss raiding and randomized dungeons. Yes, you heard that right. In this game, the dungeons are randomly generated every time that you enter them, offering different challenges and layouts, everything from the location and type of monsters, chests, NPCs, gateways, and more change every time. Out of my head, I can't remember many MMOs that do this, so it deserves praise for taking risks in this department. Some of the dungeons have traps as well, and it's cool to see that you have to adapt yourself to new challenges each time that you play. Leave it in auto-questing and watch your brain-dead character step on those spikes like there's no tomorrow. Yggdrasil, the sacred tree from Norse mythology, acts as the background for the Endless Tower. Well, it's not truly endless here because apparently it stops at floor 150. But you'll have to sweat quite a bit and increase that combat power to unimaginable numbers if you want to conquer it. Floor after floor of confrontations with the occasional warning that you shouldn't really rely on auto-combat as that'll get you nowhere. I've said that before, am I right? A great way to improve your gear is by going into the boss challenge. 4 fearsome creatures await you in every floor with increasingly tougher requirements. The rewards are well worth the effort as they include gear pieces and items to craft better equipment. However, this is a challenge to take on gradually as you increase your combat power and feel better prepared to take on stronger foes. The ancient ruins break the mold of the game, pitting you against or with other players in an open world map of respectable dimensions. There are various tasks in this battlefield, from collecting crystals to killing creatures or massive world bosses. There's a mention of Easter eggs here as well, so you have an added incentive to explore every corner of this world. But there are many modes divided into 3 main categories for you to farm the resource of your liking: exploration, arena, and casual. You may want pet enhancement material, experience points, gems, coins, stamina. Just look for the right mode and go ahead. That's the right way to do it. Always do your dailies. That's the golden rule. One of the things I mostly like in games is how you may learn something while you play. That way you have a solid excuse to tell your partner or parents when they bug you for playing video games for so many hours. Chronicle of Infinity features a quiz mode where you test your knowledge against other players in various real-life topics. From natural science to humanities and more, you play against others in a yes or no fashion, moving your character to the side that you believe harbors the right answer. This event opens daily for 30 minutes and no more than that, with rewards such as experience and coins, not to mention an IQ increase. Or at least I hope so, because we're always learning something new. Guilds in Chronicle of Infinity are called leagues, and you're encouraged to join one as soon as this feature unlocks. Among many activities, you can expect league bosses, crafting relics, parties, and other options that'll give you many perks and rewards. Eventually, you're going to transition from the fairly smooth leveling up of the main campaign into the frenzied player versus player action. This is where all the hard work that you placed in your character will show, as you boost your power through collecting sets, pets, skills, and avians, which is the fancy name for the wings that you get to flex. Don't ignore the significant combat power boost you can get from upgrading your wings, I can tell you that much. Chronicle of Infinity comes with some bold claims regarding PvP modes. There's the classic one-on-one arena PvP where you climb ranks and unfortunately you're able to entirely skip the battles with weaker players. There's a 150-player Battle Royale mode called Apex Guarilla that opens at a set time during the day, and I believe this will be one of the most appreciated competitive battlefields here. You have the cross-server competition season where your team must take out rival strongholds. Finally, there's not how to avoid mentioning the League War season, where the strongest guild will come out on top of the League War. I have a feeling that Chronicle of Infinity will be a hit among the mobile MMORPG crowd. We're not talking of a revolution here, but more of a solid and very competent take on the genre that ticks all the boxes and yet tries to throw something a bit different in there. By that I mean the sci-fi setting, and in particular the randomized dungeons, which show some level of ambition that's hard to see in most MMOs for Android and iOS. Bolstered by the very respectable production values and a host of game modes that should please both solo and competitive players, Chronicle of Infinity is bound to convince many players. Find all the relevant links in the video description and get ready to step into this world in a few days when the game officially launches globally. Have fun, guys!